What's going on, everybody? It's awards season. It is everybody's favorite time of the year. Okay, that's probably not true for everybody, but I personally love it. So let's get into it. Question number one, same thing as every year. Who am I and what do I do? Everybody just calls me Taco. I work at Speakerbox Auto Sound and Accessories in beautiful Huntsville, Alabama. I have been in sales on and off most of my life. I started when I was about 17, had a couple of other jobs here and there, nothing career worthy, not like what I have found at Speakerbox. But I've been selling things to people the better part of my life. I've been a part of the team at Speakerbox since July of 2021, so that's just over 4 years. I ended up in the mobile electronics industry pretty much by accident. Had a job that I didn't love, wasn't super fulfilling, and I just wanted to find something else. So I made a post on Facebook because that's what you do when you're looking for a job, right? I had a couple of people reach out and tell me that Grant was hiring at Speakerbox to give him a call and see how I felt about it. Got some incredible vibes from Grant and ended up joining the team in July of 2021. That's my only experience in the automotive electronics industry, at least. I've been in automotive pretty much since I was just a kid in various ways, but this is my first foray into mobile electronics. The greatest challenge I've overcome in the past year is becoming less of myself physically. I saw myself on stage in February accepting my previous award for Customer Choice Sales Pro. I had some things prepared on my phone. I left it at the table. And I realized I was fat, like really fat. And now I'm still pretty fat, but I'm slightly less fat. So I'll take it. I've lost 50 pounds since February. So in 7 months, roughly, I'm down about 50 pounds. By the time I get back on stage in February, again, I hope to be down closer to 100 pounds. That's my goal. I don't know if I'll make it. That's going to be tough. The last 50 pounds is going to be hard. But that's definitely the most challenging thing I've done the past year. I feel like my coworkers would say I'm sort of the team dad. I try to make sure everybody is great. Dustin is like the positivity guy. He's the one that's like, it's going to be a great day, guys, and you can do anything you put your mind to. That's not so much me. I try to keep it real, but I also push everybody to be as good as they can because that makes Speakerbox as a whole as good as it can be. So I would guess they would describe me sort of as like the team dad / cheerleader of sorts. When it comes to sales techniques or strategy, I've always had a hard time answering this, but I think that's because I don't have a strategy or a technique because I treat every customer different. I treat every single customer that walks in the door like they deserve a unique and whole Speakerbox experience from beginning to end. And if they're just walking in to buy a pack of fuses, or if they're coming in the door to drop $25,000 or $30,000, I want them to feel like they're my number one priority because they are. Because without them walking in that door, Speakerbox's doors are closed. I would say the previous question ties in perfectly with this one. I want my customers to say, Taco got me the most bang for my buck. He took care of me. He listened to my concerns and made sure he had exactly what I needed at a reasonable price in a reasonable time frame. And I think I even made a friend. I really do try to treat my customers like somebody I want to hang out with. And I try to get to know them well enough to know exactly what they want and need. And I want them to feel like I cared. At the end of the day, I feel like that applies to most of my customers. They think Taco's a pretty good dude. He took care of me. This question, I've always had the same answer. I'm going to add a whole new wrinkle this year. There were 3 people when I first got into the industry that reached out and sort of got to know me on a personal level and professional, of course. And they have constantly made a point of checking in, keeping in touch, and making sure I'm good. Those 3 people are Sales Pro of the Year 2022, Rob Kowach, Installer of the Year for 2022, Marty Adams-Check, and multiple many-time award winner, I'm not even going to try to name them all, Chris McNulty. Those are the guys that just sort of made me feel welcome. And when I was in a place where I wasn't sure I would ever make it in this industry, those guys kind of made sure I did. They made sure I stayed plugged in and motivated and kept me focused. And they always reach out this time of year, especially to make sure I'm doing these awards, even though they know this is not my cup of tea. This year, Dustin Williams, our new sales guy, has completely changed my approach to a lot of things and how we do things at SpeakerBox and how I do things on a sales pro level. And personally, he's become a very close friend. I have watched how he does it, how he designs systems, how he interacts with his customers, how he really melds front of house and back of house together to make a cohesive unit instead of having that sort of divide. And I think anybody in this industry knows there's always a little bit of tension between front of house and back of house because we sell the dream and then they're supposed to bring whatever vision we have to life. And sometimes those are not cohesive. Dustin, he definitely sells big dreams, but he's great about working with the guys in the back to make sure they can bring it to life. And that at the end of the day, the most important thing is the customers are happy, the projects are fantastic, and we're making money. And that has been great. This question's always been trickier for me, and anybody that's seen any of these videos before knows that. I've never been able to look into this camera and actually say with my chest,
say it with your chest,
that I did feel like I deserved to be anything but an employee. This year, that's a little bit different because bringing Dustin in and refining our team and our procedures and how we do things at SpeakerBox, I really do feel like I'm at least the top 20 in this industry. So that's it. I appreciate the MEA for making this awards process what it is. It's so much fun to push outside my comfort zone, look into this camera and talk to you guys, and hope and pray that you've seen enough growth and progress in me to vote for me this year to be in the top 20. I appreciate it. See you guys in Vegas. None of this all sucks. I would say that my coworkers would describe me as hardworking, driven. No, wait, that's Dustin.